Takwepi. Ambeti Washte. Hello, my relatives. Today is a good day. But not for PBS. And not for the historians. Because I guess the truth is never going to be told. PBS concluded a 5-part series on the American Indian. The lies that were told you is that it's from our point of view. I'm sorry. It isn't from our point of view. They do extensive interviews with a bunch of Indians, and then they pick and choose, they cherry pick what they want the Indian to say. The American Indian. Okay? You know, you look at the very first episode about the beginnings. They didn't talk about Jamestown at all, but they talked about Pilgrim Village. That, if you've read our, and I'll put it up on the web, if you've read our critiques about it, our being the Republic of Lakota, of this series, you know, the first 4 installments, lies, completely told from the European worldview. Completely. We're matriarchal people. Was that mentioned? No. That's a no-no. We're matriarchal. Did it mention anything about our languages? The fact that our languages are structured, first of all, linguists of the world, the ones who are expert in the languages, have ascertained that the most expressive languages on earth are in the Western Hemisphere. And then they become less expressive as you move west until you come all the way around the world to English, which is the last language. Now, anyone that knows at least 2 languages, you know that the more expressive language, it's impossible to adequately and accurately translate a more expressive language into a less expressive. So what does that mean? Hello? The most expressive languages on earth in the Western Hemisphere. Now, if you look at all matriarchal languages, which are indigenous languages, okay, wherever indigenous people live around the world, they have structured their languages in the matriarchal way so that they cannot insult any living being. Do you get that? That's, you know, languages are what really denote what kind of civilization you have. No swear words, no curse words, not in matriarchal languages. But did they mention that in this series? No. Do they mention our worldview? We were not warmongers. There isn't a language in the Western Hemisphere, an indigenous language, that has the word war or warrior. And I challenge any grave robber. There's a profession, allegedly, it's a profession. It's called archaeology. Those are sanctified grave robbers, okay? Sanctified by academia and the rest of the patriarchal world. And these grave robbers, I challenge them to produce, anywhere in the Western Hemisphere, 1 weapon of war. Pre-Columbian. Any grave they've robbed, pre-Columbian. That means before we discovered Columbus, all right? Any grave they've robbed, if they can find a weapon of war, produce it. Produce it. I'm not talking about tools for survival, which means in order to eat, you have tools. All right? But study the languages. Study the languages, and that tell you. Now, the thing about oral societies, you have to use both sides of your brain consistently all the time. Not the male side, not the female side, both sides. Because you have to remember. That's what oral societies are. You have to remember. And an oral society cannot continue to exist if one lie is ever told. Now think about it. This is very, very profound. No oral society, no village, no nation can exist if one lie is told. It destroys the entire fabric of that civilization. I do not lie to you. I'm telling you the truth because that's what my language demands. And I'm telling you in the least expressive language on earth, which is English. So if you translate anything from anywhere in the world into English, it's inadequate because English is inadequate. Sad but true. So maybe now you understand why I'm a born-again primitive. Dope Sharky. We'll talk again.